VLookup, what does it stand for? Well, it stands for vertical lookup. And the reason why you would do a VLookup is to find information quite quickly without having to go through hundreds and maybe thousands of lists of information. And it can be quite accurate. All depends on how you've actually inputted the information initially. So what I've done for the sake of this video is I've just notched together a quick order sheet. So the people who are in column A is their order numbers, and B and C is their name, first name, surname. D is the date they've placed the order, E is the value of the order, and F is the dispatch date, which will be 5 days after the order date initially. And somebody comes to you with a list of numbers and says, hey, I want to find out the dispatch dates of these particular people. So you can run a VLookup, and basically what you would do is you would create a VLookup and it would pull the information. So this particular cell I've clicked on is part of a VLookup. All of these in column I are the lookups that I've looked up for these reference numbers here. And for you to understand what a VLookup means, if you look at the code here at the top, that's the code that was wrote to find this information here. And you're probably thinking at this stage, I haven't got a clue what you're on about. Well, it's quite straightforward, and I'll show you how. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to recreate that VLookup. So I'm just going to delete that information. And I'm going to go back to that and I'm going to say, right, I need to find out the information. Where is this cell within all of this information? And don't forget, this could be hundreds, maybe thousands of lines long. So what you do is you quickly go to this function here, which is fx, insert function. We click on that. And because I used it just not that long ago, it's at the top of my list as most frequently used. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click OK. It now brings up a dialog box, and it's saying to you, you need to know the lookup value. Well, you already know what the lookup value is because it's the users or the order numbers code, which is 78945. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on that. There we go. And it's brought up the cell reference, which is H2, which is great. Then I'm going to click on the next cell, which is table array. And the table array basically means is the table that holds the information where you require to find the information, which is straightforward. It's in this area here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to click and drag along from A to F and release my mouse. So the table array is in this area here. The column index number, if I click into that, it's basically saying the information, once we've found the reference number, what information within that table are you looking for? Well, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the dispatch date, which is in column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's in column 6. So I type in the number 6. And then on the next box, it says range lookup. Now this is a little bit important. If you look up at the bottom here, it says range lookup is a logical value to find the closest match in the first column sorted in ascending order. Is it true? And what it says, if you want to find the closest match, then type in true. If you want to find an exact match, which is what we want, then you must type in false. So we type in false because we require an exact match, and we click OK. That's now found the date. And if I was to pull those dates all the way down, it would just override everything that's there. So what it's saying is 78945, which is this one here, column 6, 15 for the 1st, 2015, 15 for the 1st, 2015. And that found all of that information just at a flick of a switch. Now what I've done is I've put the same information into this area here, but I've just mumbled it up so it's not exactly reflecting the layout of this. And again, we're going to ask for a VLookup. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to delete that, and I'm going to click on FX. And it says the lookup, VLookup, click OK. And the argument is that the lookup value is the person's order number, The table array again is columns 1 to 6, so we're going to go A, B, C, D, E, F. Just 1 minute, I've just made an error. I haven't clicked into the next cell. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The column that we're looking for is in 5, so we're looking up for the value, the order value. So we're going to type in 5, and if you notice it says number, so we're going to type in 5 there. And on the bottom one we want an exact match, so we're going to type in false and hit return. And then if I was to delete everything underneath that and drag that down, the reason why it says NA is because we've gone too far. There we go. So everybody's value is correct. So if we look for 45268, which is 45268, that's Stan Stevens, £45, £45. There you go, straightforward. So just to recap, you've got to remember that a table array is the lookup value is always the reference of the person that you're looking for, and that could be by name or number. And the table array is the table that holds the information to which you're trying to find that information from. The column index number is the column that holds that information. What number is it? From the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be anything depending on how much information you're looking for. The range value is false only if you're looking for an exact match. If you're looking for an approximate, then use true, but I always use false. And then you go, that's it. And that finds the information for you. And you could be looking for information for hundreds, thousands of things, and literally you can be done. As simple as that.